Wrestling, Jeff Hardy. TNA Wrestling presents Genesis, live January 9th, only on pay-per-view.
What would it mean winning my first world title here in TNA? There's really not many words for it, to be honest with you. I think it's a feeling thing. I've never won one, so I don't know what it feels like to win it, to be honest. But I know that for 3 seconds, all I've got to do is hold down my opponent's shoulders. And from what I've heard from my friends who have been former world champions, that's going to be the most magical feeling you'll ever have in your entire life, winning that first gold. And it's something that I get goosebumps thinking about, man. I do. Like I said, it's about the quest. It's about the journey to be the world champion, man. And I've come a long way. You know, I've done everything I needed to improve myself as a wrestler, as a performer, how I handle myself out of the ring, especially. You know, I'm not just a pro wrestler. I'm the keynote speaker for children and adults living with ADD. You know, I'm a keynote speaker for DARE. I do tons of things outside the ring as well. So it's not just about bettering myself in the ring. I better myself outside of the ring and give him back. Because when I become world champion, I'm going to continue to do the same damn thing. I'm not going to change who I am.
I don't fear either one of them. Ken's an asshole. He admits that every damn day. Morgan's he's just a big-ass green print. He don't know what he's doing out there. He's not been in this business long enough to hang with one like myself. So, honestly, right now, I don't think they have what it takes to beat me. And I'm going to stick to my guns.
Worried about Immortal interfering? It's pretty much a given that Immoral will be interfering. It's just a matter of developing and strategizing about a game plan for when it happens. Turn this place into a freaking circus. Nobody can ever get anything done. Nobody can ever have a match, or just a straight one-on-one match. Ever. I'm so sick and tired of seeing those jerk-offs run down to the ring and they screw every match.
Listen, I'm not a moron, okay? I even said it last pay-per-view. I was planning on Immortal running in the ring. That's why I asked Anderson to make this a no disqualification match, because I wanted to ping pong those little midgets around that ring myself and then get back to Hardy. Because I knew they'd come out and make, try to do a run-in and cost, Jeff having a disqualification and me ruining my chances to be world champion again. So I wanted to get ahead of it for that match. But, Eric threw another curveball at us. So, of course I'm worried about Immortal and those other guys, Fortune coming out to the ring. Of course I am.
I am the target, and I have this message for everybody. Point your guns at me. If you want to take me out, please try. Give it your best. Prove to me that you want this more than anything else in life itself, because this is very important. So if you want me, come get me.
It's been time for a change in direction for a long time. Especially since Bound for Glory. And like I said, I'm sick and tired of seeing those guys. And I'm gonna do something about it. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, it might not be next month, but I promise you that I'm gonna take care of it.
What would a rematch versus Jeff Hardy for the world title mean to my career? It very well could. No, it will mean that you're looking at the next world heavyweight champion. That's what it would mean for my career. It'd mean everything. At this juncture of my career, it would mean everything. Here's the way I look at it. I beat Jeff fair and square the first time we faced off at the pay-per-view, right? And I beat him again. Just this last pay-per-view, I pinned him all over again. I think the crowd counted to 12 after the carbon footprint, last check. So I now know I'm in the driver's seat. I know Jeff fears me. But here's the thing that I have to take into account with Jeff. There's one thing I learned. I learned something from Jeff each match, right? And this second match, what I got out of Jeff is Jeff will hit that twist of hate out of anywhere at any time, even when I'm in the driver's seat. So I've got to definitely look out for that. Jeff is in a whole different level right now as far as what to expect from him, because you have to expect the unexpected from Jeff Hardy at this moment. He's a whole different person. He can have all the people in his ear telling him what to do and controlling him somewhat. And, Hogan and Eric being the puppeteers that they are awesome at that. I'll give them all the props in the world for that. Those are geniuses when it comes to puppeteering. They are. However, However, with Jeff's doing something on his own right now, and that's striking out of nowhere. That twist of hate, good God. I mean, I hit him with like five of my big things, big offensive moves. You know, nobody gets up from stuff like that. Go to pick up Jeff to finish him off, and well, bam, I hit a twist of hate just like that. So I got to watch out for that. Jeff is definitely a little bit more cerebral in his game now. It's different. It's not Jeff throwing his body out on the line anymore. Jeff is almost lulling us to sleep of, lulling us into false confidence, thinking we're on top of him. And he'll get the dog snot kicked out of him if that's what it takes for 10 minutes just for him to be setting you up for the twist of hate out of left field. And that's what I got out of that second match with Jeff. So a third match versus him, please, game, set, and match. New world champion.
I don't know. I don't necessarily know that I would make a good champ. I don't care about being a good champ. I just care about being the champ. I'll let the people decide if I'm a good champ. I don't care if I'll be a better face of the company. I didn't come here to make friends. I didn't get in this business to make friends. I got in this business to make money, win championships, travel the world. Every once in a while, you meet somebody that you become very good friends with. But you know what? That doesn't always have a fairy tale ending. That doesn't always have a fairy tale ending, does it?
Still to come on TNA Reaction.
Let's get a shot of this. Okay, Sarita? This right here, the payback is going to be so much worse.
And up next,
he didn't beat me, and I think he knows that he can't beat me.
Douglas Williams has been on a roll ever since breaking away from Fortune. Tonight, he proved once more why he's better off on his own.
Thought I'd have a couple more pins on him, to be honest with you. I mean, the plan was get one, get two, and then stay away. Ground him, stay away. Get away from him. Because if he gets his hands on you, he's able to cause some damage.
Honestly, my strategy was to try and pace myself, out-wrestle him at the start and wear him down, obviously, and maybe even go, like 1-2 up, and then, all guns blazing at the end and keep myself ahead. But he decided to take the cheating route, should we say, and caught me a little bit low, I think. So I had to change my strategy. That's the only problem. Now going, after I equalised, it was 1-1. We probably had 4 or 5 minutes left of the original time. So I picked up the pace. I knew I had to score that extra fall so I could win. And I was basically all over him, and unfortunately I think we just ran out of time. We had him at the end. It's just unfortunate that there wasn't any real result out of it at the end of the day, but we're obviously constrained by the time limits of television. So roll on Genesis, give him a little bit more, eh?
I told Douglas to man up. I know you're a fighting champion, so man up. You got a set of balls, use them. He didn't beat me, and I think he knows that he can't beat me. That's why, at first, he was a little hesitant about giving me another match. Hey, a little talking, got his head on straight, realized that if he's going to prove his manhood in this business, that he's got to try to take out AJ Styles and defend his title.
AJ Styles hasn't been looking so phenomenal. Now, his position in Fortune and Immortal has Eric Bischoff asking questions.
Bischoff can say, I'm out of Fortune, but let me say this about Fortune. We will always be together. It doesn't matter if one's, Rude and Stormer in Japan, and Kazarian and myself are in the States. We're all together. Doesn't matter how you throw it up. We're a team. Don't matter who's going up against who, we're a team. And not Bischoff or Flair or anyone else can separate us. You know what pisses me off more than anything? Is that Douglas Williams, he's one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. And now, if I lose that match at Genesis against Douglas Williams, I'm out of Fortune. Who makes that call? Eric?
2 weeks ago, you lost the world television title.
What has Bischoff got anything to do with Fortune? How could he... Between you and me, I could care less about Immortal. I'm part of the core four. The core four. Fortune.
With all the heat coming down on AJ Styles, will he be able to recapture the title at Genesis and return to Immortal's good graces?
Genesis, everything's on the line. You know, I granted him that one more title shot. You know, he's going to walk away from Fortune, you know, as stipulated by Eric Bischoff, if I beat him. Yeah, I'm going to bring out some special stuff on that night, believe me.
How do you think he's going to feel when I give him a little insult to injury and I do his move on him? How about that? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll try to break his stinking neck with his own stinking move. How about that? And then after hitting him with his own move, then I'll Styles clash him. That sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
Well, that's right. I mean, you know, the pay-per-view, I beat him with his own finish. It was a nice little bonus for me, I'd say. And he's been trying to provoke me. He's been trying to wind me up. Subsequently, it hasn't worked. I've stayed calm. You know, he's the only one suffering. He's the one that's getting frustrated. He's the one that's getting angry. I'd like to have caught him with it again today, to be fair, you know, but it wasn't really in my plan. I'm not that kind of person, you know. I've got enough already.
What is that thing that you say when you've got somebody around the waist and you whisper something to them? You say something to them? What is that?
Just a little something to let them know that the end is nigh, that very soon it's all going to be over for them. I just grab them around the waist and whisper in their ear, "Gotcha." From that moment then, they know it's all over.
I'm like an NFL coach. I just dissect everything, go in, fix this and that, you know, figure what his game plan is, or at least what I think his game plan is, and then I put together my own little masterpiece. And that is for me to know and you to buy the pay-per-view to see what I'm going to do. If you only knew what kind of masterpiece it was. And it doesn't end with AJ Styles. Hey, get out of here.
Still to come on TNA Reaction.
What's it going to take to beat us? Are you talking about how we're not the biggest or we're not the fastest? We don't have to be, man. We have the most heart. We don't get paid to go out there in suits like Beer Money does, all right? We get paid to wrestle. We get paid to defend these titles all across the world. We're the best wrestlers in this company because of it.
But up next...
Like, stop stalking her. She's my partner, not yours. I'm not jealous. I'm not a jealous girl at all. But Angelina and me, we're like this. She's my partner. We are the beautiful people.
Jeff Jarrett has set the MMA world on fire. With his recent mixed martial arts clinics and the defeat of Samoa Joe at Final Resolution, he is truly making his mark in this industry.
They think this is a joke? Does it look like I was joking in the ring? Does it look like I'm joking now? I hope the MMA world's listening. I hope they show up. What are they going to do? They're going to get in the ring and the same result. That's exactly right. Bischoff, Hogan, this ain't no joke. Hardy, we're running it like a business. I'm doing what I have to do, not just